We have, of course, concerns about nuclear leak as there are nuclear facilities. So now news is coming in that IAEA Chief Grossi has said that efforts to contact the Iranian nuclear regulatory authorities continue, but yet there is no response so far. So this is concerning. As we all know, when nuclear facilities are there and attacks happen, the IAEA is constantly on a vigil as to see if there is any damage that has happened to any of the nuclear facilities, if there is a possibility of a leak, any damage. So they are saying that we are talking to them, but we have not got a response. The chief of IAEA has also said that we urge utmost restraint in all military operations. This is being said to all sides as to be careful when you strike anywhere near the nuclear facilities. The IAEA chief has also said that we hope this indispensable channel of communication can be re-established as soon as possible. So remember, it is all about the nuclear facilities. It all started from the nuclear facilities as Donald Trump was uncomfortable with the fact that Iran could possibly have certain nuclear facilities that they are not ready for. And now it seems that IAEA is talking about the possibility of any, they are not clear whether there is any threat of radiation or not, because they are not able to establish a contact with the Iranian authorities. They want this communication channel to be open so that there is direct contact with Iranian authorities, so that there is clarity as to what is happening to the nuclear facilities within Iran. Joining us once again is India Today's Shivani Sharma. Shivani, it is the nuclear facilities that are at the heart of this entire war, this entire conflict. Of course, more about the possibility of creating certain weapons, but there are certain facilities that Iran claims is for their energy purposes. But right now we see concern coming in from IAEA. They are saying we are not able to talk to them. We don't know what is the situation, whether everything is fine in those facilities or not.
See, IAEA has been closely monitoring the whole situation since day one. There have been statements that have been coming in regularly from them. But today, what the IAEA chief is saying, that we cannot rule out the possibility of a possible radiological release with serious consequences. That's what the statement says, including the necessity to evacuate areas as large or larger than major cities. So this is a warning that comes in now from IAEA, the highest authority that monitors the atomic energy, the nuclear energy, in fact. And they've been saying that they are monitoring the situation, but there are warnings also that the evacuation can be demanding the whole cities to be evacuated. So that can be the measure of lethality if any kind of release, the nuclear release happens. And that's what they are also saying, that they cannot rule out, because they are not in touch with the Iranians. Iranians have been working on their nuclear energy projects, and that's what has been the major concern from Israelis and also the United States. And the whole operation, remember, had started with that major aim last year too, when the 12-day war had gone on between Iran and Israel, where the nuclear facilities were targeted by the B-2B bombers also of the United States. So now once again the IAEA has raised concerns and has not ruled out the possibility of possible releases that might require grave concerns and evacuation plans. So this is how now the IAEA is intervening, and it wants the nations to stop and have a restraint. And this is certainly a warning that is concerning not only for Iran, Israel or the United States, but all the countries that are in that particular zone and the others too. So certainly a big alarm that has been now raised.
Absolutely. An attack on any of these nuclear facilities or any possible damage from any attack nearby could impact, as you rightly said, not just Iran, but even the neighboring nations would be concerned. So clearly we see an appeal from IAEA to move back to diplomacy and discussion, because it's not just the future of Iran and its citizens at stake. If there is a nuclear incident, it might spread to many other countries.
Certainly, Anjali, it can impact the whole globe. It can impact the world, and it can impact multiple nations. That can be the effect of a possible release that is not being ruled out by the IAEA. That's what the agency is now saying, that there should be constraint, there should be dialogue. The country should have caution, and this war is escalating on the other hand every day. We do not see any signs of negotiations, and Iran has been working on the nuclear energy since past many years. It has its reserves, that's what it has been claiming. Though we saw that last time when the operations had happened in the month of June 2025, the Americans and the Israelis had claimed that the facilities have been damaged, they have been destroyed and degraded. But the IAEA is not in touch with Iran right now, and that's what it says that these countries must look into the matter, and it should resolve this issue. The possibility of a nuclear release is not being ruled out by the IAEA, and this warning is serious, essentially, not only for Iran, Israel, US, UAE, but multiple other countries if it happens.
Right, absolutely. And there are many countries in the neighboring region, from Turkey to Armenia to Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, which could be at risk. And this is exactly what IAEA is saying. Thank you very much, Shivani, for all those details.